It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take low tech, take your pick, 'cause you can't teach no dog a brand new trick. I don't care what anybody says. At the end of the day, there's a place that I can't find. A drink or two to ease my mind. Golden days. It's alright, take your time. Everybody thinks that you passed your prime. It's alright, it's okay. You still got plenty to say. It's alright, it's okay. Doesn't really matter if you're old and gray. It's alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take low tech, take your pick, 'cause you can't teach no dog a brand new trick. I don't care.
Rob Smith here. It's July 22nd, 2026. This is the 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time live. I was gonna I'm eating some bacon. I was really gonna get started on the children's books, and I have that. I'm not sure what I have here. Last night went a little nutty. First of all, I was tired because of all the out and about shopping stuff. And then we had a storm. We have a tropical storm just south of us here that's kind of, as is the case for tropical storms and hurricanes, you never know what's going to happen. But you can kind of guess. For some reason, meteorologists were saying it was going to go west. That made no sense to me at all. Storms have to basically go east or north or northeast. And as it turns out, the storm's apparently going north, we think. No, and I had actually even checked NOAA. Be that as it may, last night we had some pretty heavy storms come through, and the lights went out, which was great because I got a book done, reading-wise. I read while I was... Okay, so they're still thinking it may still go west. I disagree. And that's why it's wobbling. Moving northwest, northwest. We'll see. It's wobbling because it's trying to go east, it's trying to go north, trying to go northeast. We'll see what actually happens. The going west is typical. Our storms, the way the earth moves, and I've studied hurricane history, is that this time of year, all storms are going north and northeast, or they are maybe going west if they're coming from Africa. And then once they get to this part of the Western Hemisphere, they then shift northerly to one degree or another. It's when you get past September, in late September, certainly October, very much so November, the storms will develop in the Gulf of Mexico, as this one did, and may go anywhere. Because the earth has shifted. That's why I understand we're in summer here. As we get into October, November, we're getting into winter. And of course, the other half of the planet is doing the reverse. You know, a lot of people don't know that. I don't understand why. But anyway, so the lights went out, and I couldn't do nothing. And when they came back on, I found I've really got a lot of organization to do. And so that's what I've got here, is to try to figure out what I'm doing. So this is not going to be very interesting, except in the more mechanical ways an illustrator or artist has to figure out where they are. Because I want to get to this book project, but I still have so much else. I'm still going to do a live 7 o'clock, and we'll do a Hobbit a Bee like this was from last night. I'll get this posted. But I need to go through this. As I tried to do that yesterday, couldn't seem to get it off dead center because the lights went out and so on and so forth. Here's something of mine that's mixed. This happens when you're working on projects. Things get mixed into things, and I have a stack here. One thing I was talking about during a live last night is my pens and how I have different pens doing different things, and I need to get that straightened out. So I brought a ton of pens with me, all the pens I think I have, which are quite a few hundred. I have these great plastic cases for them, but I can't quite split them up like I need to. So I'm going to start splitting them up. This one being pens that I can actually ink with right now. But they're this is I was mentioning I use the for this I use the blue, but there's also the black. The black's kind of the opposite of the blue. This is has a very hard tip, and this has a very soft. These are the Fudosaki. I don't know if I think I'm saying it right. I've been using them for over 10 years now, but they've become very hard to impossible to find. I don't know why, but they have. I need to separate these because I need to get. I'll show what this is. This is a photograph of me from. What's a postmark on here? 1990. 36 years ago. I may have said I'm in politics. This was me and at the time, State Senator Rick Crotty, who had just come up, he'd earlier been on the Orange County Commission. Yes, I was very thin, and now I am not. I take very much after my mother's side of the family. But see, that's mixed up in this artwork stuff, and that happens when it's hard to keep the studio really organized. It's good to have somebody to do that for you. So this needs to go somewhere personally, and it's certainly in the wrong place right now. And I've got these wonderful sleeves. I like these sleeves a lot because they're mesh and containable. All right, one of the children's books I need to do. This is the script, and this is the script for the other one. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to try to get this stuff organized because I've worked on this off and on here for a year, and in that time I've collected. See, this was during one of the lives from June 7th. Oh yeah, I screwed up his leg. I remember now. Oh, something else I need to do. I did not put a date on this, so I need a pencil. I need to put the date on this, 2026, 7/22. All right, good to put, doesn't make sense, does it? 7/22. Good to put dates on things. No, it also gives you a sense of where you've been and where you're going. For example, I think this drawing looks better than this drawing, and I'll tell you why. At this point, I was occasionally doing a live. Once a week, and I was doing in between a lot of political stuff. I was doing a lot of campaign stuff, and it's a lot sloppier now that I've been working more consistently, nearly every day. Well, every day right now. Every day I'm doing some artwork since I've almost 2 weeks now. Friday will be 2 weeks, and this looks much better, much more contained and focused. Did I post this today? I don't remember now. It was late last night, and after the storms went by, I got a little confused with stuff. Let me see what I can figure out. Actually, it should be right there. Boom. I thought I posted something. Maybe I did not. I thought I posted something. I did not. Now, why did I not? 11:13. Oh, maybe it's about to be posted. I think I posted for 11:15. So in 2 minutes. Let's see, I can't find this. This is the kind of organizational stuff. When you're working, after the lights came back on, wow, my interactions really dropped. Wow. Yeah, okay, this is going to, just show you I did. Okay, this just posted right this moment. All right, so this just posted, and it's on the Facebook, on the YouTube posts page, or I call it the Facebook page of sorts. All right, these are drawings I did. These are all pencils and inks. And I've done a lot of work. The thought was I was going to digitally color all this. That's what I invested to do. I don't think I have all my drawings, though, and that's one thing I need to get done right now. Let's figure that out. So this is the script to that. You got separated. This, there's something else in here. It looks like it's a political. Why it is. So I need to get that out of there. Separate it. And figure out what I'm doing here. So this, I have a page that separates each drawing. These are pencil drawings I did. Page 3, page 4, page 5, page 6, page 7. And then these don't belong here. Those are character sheets. Figuring out. This looks like it's all blank. And it is. Why is all this blank? Okay. Blank. This happens when you're working on projects. I haven't organized this stuff. I last worked on this while I was here's page 13. So this is me planning this book out. So these are the thumbnails I have for this project. These are thumbnails. I'm going to get rid of white ones for now. So these are thumbnails which should go along with the character sketches. These are roughs for page 3, but I have inks for page 3. So what should I do? It is, I admit, I worked on this off and on while doing all the political stuff, so that's going to figure out. Here's the thing you get rid of. These guys need to go. Because I just showed they're in the way and they're confusing me. Alright, so those are out of the way. Now, I have inked versions. Here's page 1, here's page 9. This makes a lot of sense. I need to do a lot of erasing in here. But I may have another 9. There's 3. I don't think that is the 9. So this 1 goes here. I thought it was going to be watercolor, but maybe I am not. 7, 9. This is a rehash of 3. Well, no, it's not. I seem to be confused. And there's another one of the same thing. This is why I need to get organized. If I'm not, I think this was the rough that I got okayed. I got my numbering all off too. Apparently. This is what happens. You've got to keep, it's hard to, yeah. I think we were talking about doing less pages at one point, and then I decided to go ahead and just do the whole thing. Page 5. Rough of page 5. Just want to keep everybody together so I know what the heck I'm doing. 9. And then here's 8. It looks as though I've not done page 8. And here's another of 7. Well, that's not 7. So I got these misnumbered. Well, this is going to take, this is actually page 5 or something to make it. I got to go over the whole caboodle. This is page 4. And this is what happens when I'm going from one thing to the other, and I'm not. I don't know what that even goes to. Looks like everyone's a page off. I honestly don't know what this is for. It says it's numbered 4, but it doesn't make sense. All right, so there's that. 6. And one of the reasons I'm here is to get myself together and get this straighten out things like this. I have a pile of work to get through. I want to get through this. But these are all. This is the rough I did. Very quick, just to get for approval that I'm going the right way. But then I did something different. Here's 6. Because this is confusing as all get out. Here's another page 2, supposedly. See, we were discussing whether or not we're going to make it modern day or make it more old-fashioned. Or I like this better than that. So I like that we're doing that this way. Here's 1. Here's 2. There's another character sketch. Put over there. And here's another. This is how page 2 ended up looking. What I'm going to have to do is get all this straightened out, figure out what I am doing, what I'm not doing. Here's page 1. Which I thought that is. I've got 2 page 1s. That doesn't make sense. I got page 4. Doesn't make any sense. I've got 10. I was working I last worked on this while I was in a school board meeting, which worked really well. I got a lot done. I mean, I think all of the syncing you see was done during the school board meeting. 10, and then here's 8. That's 9. Now, I'm not. What I really need to do right now is go through all this, compare. Something I don't have with me is in a file folder, which I could use right now to separate this stuff, except for this mesh. So I'm going to have to figure out, because this is not what this would be modern day, and now we're going to a more of a 1900s, around 1900 look, a lot of fine inking and all. My intent, because of how I did this, is to do all this color all this on the computer, so I will not be watercoloring it here. It appears. And I thought there were 21 drawings, but I only have 10 here. So I've got to go over all this, figure out where I am, and that's not something I'm going to try to do here because this is boring as it is. It gets more boring if I do anything more. I'm going to take these character sheets. Now again, this is the character as it was going to be modern day. And then we shifted it all to 26 years ago. So so at least I am starting this project. When I get off here, I'll figure all this out. And I've got all this blank paper too. Now, that's that book. Then there's this book, and I have all the text here. Now, I have drawings for this also. I have not worked on this project in quite a while. I want to get all this done. And I've got a bunch of, I did this also in a meeting, a couple meetings. But that's not all, because I also have a mesh folder for it too. The other thing getting a little confusing are all these pictures I've been doing here. So this is page 11, page 10, those right there, all out of order. This happens when you're working on a project, and it is best to have places you can put each of the projects in different parts of a room. And yeah, and I don't have, God, look at all this. So that's 18, 19. All right, I got a lot of inking here to do. I'll do that here. All right, so here are thumbnails. Should be in the back. These are, so I've got different levels of this too. Wonderful. Because I can't work on different levels. It's got to all be the same. So proportionally it looks the same. Otherwise it's going to look screwy. So the large versions I did, I think I'm going to drop. So there's 8. As I say, when I leave out here, I'm surprised. Thank you, anyone who's here. If you want to give a thumbs up. I'm explaining the book process, how you illustrate a book. This is actually how I've been doing it. Is not how you illustrate a book. It's when you're trying to do. I admit, a lot of folks get upset that, but I'm in politics, and I've been working very much so in the last 5 6 months, and I've let all this slide. Along with there's been a whole moving thing that's occurred. One of the reasons I'm where I am is to get back to this, get both these books done. I have a whole stack of artwork to get done, and I'm using YouTube to kind of map all that out. So these are thumbnails I did for the book, and I had to get. I did these for myself. This wasn't for the author who would have trouble following it. And then I did light pencil drawings to show what I was doing, and she approved all that. That is what these big drawings are. And I've got look all that detail I did. I think I'm gonna trash it. I don't know what else to do. And I'm gonna, because either they're all gonna be big or they're all gonna be small. The good reason why you want to do big drawings is that when you reduce them, it makes the drawings look sharper. They look much. The illustration work is much stronger. This is a sea turtle. This is a horseshoe crab. And it's a little story about all that. This is going to all be in color. And what the sea turtle does after they come out of their nest in the sand, they head to the sea. It's instinctive somehow. It's either instinctive or there's an instruction, but we can't read or understand. But they do that. But what can happen to baby sea turtles as they head to sea is a seagull can come and pluck them. Very few baby sea turtles, survive. Only a handful. Well, more than a handful if you think about the whole planet. But if you have tens of thousands of these, maybe 100, a couple hundred survive. All right. So I've got big drawings and I got little drawings. Let me get this all straightened out. So I've got 6. Oh, there's 3 in the back. Perfect. All right. So here's 3. I'll ink. What do I got? I obviously have some still ink. See, that drawing I showed you far better than that. If you're watching, you want to give a thought, I'm interested. Yeah, should I go with the small one or probably do the large one, huh? Oh, there's something else I picked up on. Wasn't doing these right. I do a lot with gopher tortoises more than any other turtle tortoise. So when I was drawing this, and I'm at meetings and things and working on stuff, I wasn't paying enough attention. These big ones are showing more of a sea turtle than showing more of a gopher tortoise than a sea turtle. That's because I wasn't concentrating. And I actually went back over these. I made this look more like a sea turtle. It's pretty good, actually. And that's very much a sea turtle. Oh, no, I'm sorry. The big ones are sea turtles. The little ones look like gopher tortoises. Is that right? Something like that. All right, I probably should do them all big. I think I've got enough paper for it. All right, so mine in order here. So I've got all these numbered. Please number and date everything you do. Now the question is what order? Also my Christmas print I want to ink. I've got that right over here beside me. That's going to be hard to do live, but I might. All right, so I've got the question is, which one do I tackle first? The sea turtle or the little girl and the angel? 1, 3. Oh, terrific. I see 4 on there. And then these I went right off the page. Here's 2. 1, 2, 3, whatever this is. This would follow this, which is 5. But this can happen if you don't concentrate on the project you're working on, much as what I did. I did these very large. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get the girl done first. See, now here's the other thing. I have coloring to do. I have watercoloring to do, because I'm not done doing the Florida History series. Now, why did I keep that out? I think that's a mistake. All right. And there's the script. I think I'm going to do, only because one's on top of the other, I'm going to do the little girl and the angel first, and I'll go back to the sea turtle. Now that's that project. And so what I'll do is between now and 7 o'clock is I'll get that all organized. Hopefully no storm, more storms are going to come through and it's going to get messy. But I've got, see, I've let too much pile up and I need to unpile it. I saw these postcards hanging around too. And this is done. Did I put a date on it? 7/19. It's away. And I still haven't finished this. It doesn't take a lot to finish that. And I'm not clear where I am with this. And that. And speaking of sea turtles, see, I really didn't. That does look a bit more like a gopher tortoise than a sea turtle. Oops. I want to get all these online. Oh, and the other one I want to. So let me get done with the ones that are sitting here partially done. I'm not clear if I posted this one yet or not. So I need to go do that too. And I've got this one too. Okay, I've got a golden magazine I was sharing at one point. And then I've got some I'd still like to do. I'd like to add color to these. But those are not requirements to do these. These are just things I'd be doing for fun. Here's one. That's actually pretty much all I need. What I've been doing here is scanning in something like this. I have problems getting a flat color. I think it's just very hard for me. And I'd like to add that digitally. All right, so I'm going to put that right there. And then I've got a whole stack of these lives I've been doing. I'll get all these out of the way and say it's done. I'll see if I add any color to some, but I need to get this other work done first. Okay. Tell you, when it goes all dark, it wasn't really dark for all that long a time. As I said, I finished a book, so it was long enough. But it does get you thinking, golly, I got to get myself together. When the lights come on, you're not sure where you are or what you're doing. All right, so I'm going to put these. I'm still not sure exactly what I'm going to do there. I need to see the status of this and this. I want to get this done ASAP. The rest of these are weighted. They can continue to wait. And I know I was working on this. I'm not sure what happened to it. And then I want to finish that. And I was working on this. I'm not sure what happened to that. All right, so that's the plan, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Thank you all for watching. I don't know what you're watching, but it's a lot of artwork. I've got a Christmas print over here. I got a stack of drawings to get done, which I'll probably do some of here. But this, what I've got right here in front, is stuff I've got to look up and see where I am online. I mean, not online, because it's all computer stuff, and that's going to be all nice and really boring and no fun to anybody, and I know it. The elephant one with the yo-yo, I'm not sure, oh, well, that's in the stack, finished stack, but I'm redoing the background. I can't scan it. See, that's the problem when you do a light blue like this, is that when you scan it, it all falls away. Unless you use a really highly professional scanner, or you can take photographs, which is what I did with the elephant with the yo-yo. You can see that. It's in my posts part of YouTube. You can find the elephant with the yo-yo. Well, I'm getting it prepared so people can buy prints of it if they so desire. And I've had to change the background, unless I don't want to make the background too blue. So I tried taking photos, and it doesn't work. And I can't adjust it. I got to go in there and do it digitally, but it means I need to drop out the background, and that is quite a project. It's turning out to be. So I'm going to get back. I think I'm going to finish that here before 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock, I'll do Hobbit a Bee. I'll pull some cards, or if you want to send me a word or whatever you're doing, let me know, and I'll do that. Otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and pull the plug for now. I have done a little work involving the two books. I have a better idea where I am. I have a better idea what I need to do here. I'm just going to start looking. I'm going to finish up this elephant with a yo-yo. Get that out. It's probably about 2 or 3 more hours of work. But then I'll get this stuff organized, and tomorrow I'll come back at noontime and work on the children's book. All right, thank you very much. I will talk to you all later. This is Rob Smith. I need to get a name for this book so you all can then look for it and buy it if you so desire. All right, Rob Smith here. I'll see you all about, if you want to come by 7 o'clock, send me a word. Any word, a thing, a place, a thing, an animal, or whatever, and I may use it for the Hobbit a Bee. Making up something as I draw, just out of the blue. Just post it here in comments, or post it in the comments. I'll do a post that I'm going to go live at 7. I'll do that right now, right as I finish here. Thank you for watching. I'll see y'all next time. Rob Smith here. Have a good night, good day. Bye. Get results.